when you spend money through a mobile farm market or any farm market, you're getting your family more nutritious, more healthy foods. It's locally grown, so you're helping the local economy.
Bringing fresh veggies, meats, and dairy right to you. This is Pocono Mountains Podcast, Season 3, Episode 26. I'm Jim Hamill. Farming and agriculture have deep roots in the Poconos, including in Wayne County. At one time, there were well over 1,000 dairy farms in the county. Now, that may have shifted over the years, but growers and cultivators still are providing for the region. And in addition to farmers markets, there's now a new way to get those fresh items from the farm. The Northern Poconos Mobile Farm Market, spearheaded by the Cooperage Project. It's changing the way some people access healthy food. And we went along for the ride with the mobile market manager, Laurel. More on that in a bit. The Poconos is a year-round destination for millions, with 2,400 square miles of forests, mountains, lakes, and rivers, with historic downtowns and iconic family resorts. It's the perfect getaway. You can always find out more on PoconoMountains.com or watch PTN, the Pocono Television Network, streaming live 24/7. Now back to the episode. It's harvest season right now, and so the bounty is plentiful at various farms in the Poconos, including Wayne County. And in addition to its Agri-Legacy brand, which promotes locally grown or made products, the region is embarking on a new way to connect farmers with those folks who end up with their food on the dinner table. The Northern Poconos Mobile Farm Market is on its maiden journey, and PTN will feature a segment on the November episode of Pocono Mountains Magazine. But for now, here's a full-length conversation with the woman behind the wheel, Laurel Burns. Enjoy. Hey all, Jim Hamill here with Pocono Mountains Podcast, right in Hawley's Bingham Park here on a splendid fall afternoon with the food and market manager at the Cooperage Project in Honesdale, Laurel Burns. Thanks for joining us here on Pocono Mountains Podcast. You've been all over the map with this Northern Poconos Mobile Farm Market. Tell me what it's all about.
So the mission of the Northern Poconos Mobile Farm Market, or just Mobile Market for short, is to provide affordable and accessible way for our residents to get local foods, the fresh, healthy stuff that's grown and produced right here in Wayne County.
And we do have like a huge number of farms, dairy producers, things like that really bring to mind that food is cultivated here. There's a culture of this, legacy of this. The Agri-Legacy of the Northern Poconos is a brand as well that people can, producers and farmers can attach themselves to. And so you guys are really kind of like a ambassador, if you will, to the community.
Correct.
Wherever you go all over, right?
Yeah, we do. This year we've gone all over Wayne County from top to bottom and side to side. We're hoping to get into Pike County next year. But you're right. This is part of Wayne County's agricultural legacy and our history and our culture. There's over 600 farms in Wayne County, and so we are pleased to work with a small number of them, and we do bring it right out to the people. Not everyone in Wayne County can make it out to our farmers markets or to the farms, and so we take the farmers market right to them.
That's amazing. You guys have a pretty good spread right now, right? Because we're in harvest season.
Correct.
I mean, what kind of things you guys usually have on the menu?
So right now we have an assortment of greens, broccoli rabe, bok choy, things like that. We've got the tail end of the tomatoes. Peppers are holding on. They'll be good until we get a frost. We have herbs. We have your root vegetables, radishes, turnips, carrots, and potatoes. So soon we'll be getting into some of the fall and winter squashes, your acorn and butternut. So yeah, and in addition to the vegetables, we have dairy and eggs. So we've got eggs from Rutledge Eggs. We've got Calkins Creamery cheese. We've got milk and butter from Creamworks. So yeah, we've got a well-rounded complement of items to choose from.
That is kind of like the market comes to you, and that's the whole concept here. This was done through some grant funding, correct? And through a partnership with the county food pantry too?
We've worked together with them to some extent, yeah. But we're funded strictly through grants through the Pennsylvania Department of, I always get the letters wrong, DCED.
Correct.
Yes. Yep. So, and also the William E. Chatlos Foundation. And we work with the county, we work with the food pantry on some certain smaller projects and things like that. But the idea here is that senior citizens in particular, they can't get to farmers markets. They have a hard enough time getting to the grocery stores. They're relying on transportation or friends and family. And so then when they can get to the grocery store, they're maybe not getting the best quality food. So we decided, we're going to bring it right to them.
And you have a background in farming. So not only does this help the end consumer, but it helps the farmer.
It does help the farmers. It gives them another outlet, another way to sell their goods. And it also bridges that gap in interaction between the people. So, while the seniors maybe can't get to the farms or the farmers markets, we can certainly try to speak on their behalf and kind of communicate some of that information to the customer as well.
That's fantastic. What's the response been like? What's the reception been like? I know you're just kind of getting out there in the community, but I'm sure people are really appreciative.
Yeah, the seniors are so excited. They enjoy coming out to see what we have. I enjoy seeing, now that we're 4 or 5 months into it, we've got repeat customers, and it's nice to be putting names to faces, and it's nice to see them come out every time we visit and shop with us. So they're excited for it.
And that is kind of the thing, is that we have this great opportunity then with the Cooperage Project, like you said, with the grant funding for this, with you as somebody who's like managing this system, to kind of change, the dynamic of how people get their food.
Correct.
Like you said, for seniors. And so what do you think the hope is for how this might even expand down the road?
So right now, our main focus is on seniors and also low to middle income residents and families. And so we would like to be their first choice when it comes to feeding their families. We do have the dairy and the eggs and the vegetables. You can get a good start on your week's menu planning if you shop through a farmer's market like ours. And that's what we're hoping that we can work on through education and outreach to help people see that when you spend money through a mobile farm market or any farm market, you're getting your family more nutritious, more healthy foods. It's locally grown, so you're helping the local economy. It's really, we can tie everything back together, and we can all work together to improve life for all of our residents.
I mean, that sounds amazing, right?
It is, yeah. Yep.
Talk to me a little bit about, too, the fact that you can do this in 4 full seasons, right? Because those productions, at the different dairy operations don't necessarily stop.
Right. Yeah, I like to say that the cows and the chickens don't stop. They make milk and lay eggs all year round. So it is our intention to operate year round. We'll have milk, we'll have butter, we'll have the eggs, and of course we'll have the cheese. So, Calkins Creamery is great to work with. They're absolutely fantastic to work with. And Creamworks as well. Cows don't stop. So.
And you even mentioned there's a operation as well that does the hydroponic growing?
Yes. Biolecki Farms, they grow in tunnels hydroponically. They produce greens and vegetables all year round. Variety changes, sure, but there is fresh produce available all year round right here in Wayne County.
Wow. So we are here in Hawley right now, adjacent to the senior center here. Again,
correct.
Part of that mission. What other places can you kind of like list offhand of where you go? I know there's Newfoundland, which is close to your home and everything, right?
Yep. So we go to Newfoundland. We're set up behind the Moravian Church, which is across from the elementary school. We go to Hamlin, to the Hamlin Heights Housing Complex. We go to a couple different sites in Honesdale. We set up at Maple City Apartments, again, senior housing. We also set up behind the Honesdale Senior Center, which is adjacent to Stourbridge Apartments for seniors and disabled folks. We go to Northern Wayne County. We're there the same day as the food pantry at the Northern Wayne Family Health Center in Lake Como. I feel like I'm forgetting one. We do have a couple of sites that are not open to the public because they like to protect their residents. So that's what I was forgetting there. So I'll just, not mention them. But yeah, we do have a couple sites that are not on that list.
If people want to get involved, I'm sure that you guys are always looking for more partnerships,
correct,
more ways to spread the good word.
Yeah.
So in what ways can people get in touch with the Northern Poconos Mobile Farm Market, yourself, and the Cooperage Project through this initiative?
Right. So if you're interested in information specific to the mobile farm market, you want to go to cooperage.org. It's an abbreviated version of our full website, just because if you're traveling down the road and you see it on the van, you want something easier to remember. So all the mobile farm market information is on cooperage.org. The rest of the information regarding the Cooperage Project and all of our programming there is on thecooperageproject.org. And so you can find my contact information there as well, Laurel at thecooperageproject.com or .org, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
We're always looking for more farms to partner with. We'd love to be able to share more of the goodness of Wayne County with our customers. We are always looking for volunteers. Some of these market stops, we can benefit from an extra set of hands, just general programming at the Cooperage.
So this is the first year. You're on your maiden voyage,
correct,
with this mobile farm market. But next year you want to kind of take it in.
We want to expand. Yeah, the mobile market just started in June of this year. We've only been going to Wayne County sites, kind of as a pilot program of sorts. But we're the Northern Poconos Mobile Farm Market. So it is our plan to go into Pike County next year. I've got my eye on the map, a few different towns that we can visit. We'd also like to kind of fill in some geographical gaps here in Wayne County and hit some areas that we couldn't hit the first year through. We actually also had an interesting conversation with someone from Susquehanna County who would like to see us in Forest City. So there's growth and expansion, and we're excited for it. We're ready for it.
And especially, for what we talk about a lot are the visitors to the area as well.
Yeah.
They come here from, whether it's New York or Philly, and they're looking to know where their food comes from. But in seeking out those farm markets, I know Hawley has its big farmers market on Fridays. Honesdale, the Wayne County Farmers Market has its Saturdays during the summer, warmer months, and then moves inside of the Cooperage, for Saturdays as well. But this would also be an option for just about anybody out there to follow along and see where you're going to be and get this great farm fresh.
Absolutely. We're open to the public for a majority of our sites. Anybody can shop with us. Tourist, resident, doesn't matter. But yeah, absolutely. We're available when the regular farmers markets are not.
Laurel Burns with the Northern Poconos Mobile Farm Market, or the Mobile Farm Market for short, Mobile Market. And we appreciate you joining us here on Pocono Mountains Podcast. People can find you out online at cooperage.org.
Yes.
And we'll definitely look forward to seeing you out in our travels here across the Northern Poconos.
All right. Thanks, James.
Thank you. The Northern Poconos Mobile Farm Market, a project of the Cooperage in Honesdale, and looking to expand its routes next year. Keep watch for when and where. Thanks for listening to Pocono Mountains Podcast. We'll have a new episode each week highlighting lots of the fun things you can experience while you're visiting the Poconos. Subscribe to Pocono Mountains Podcast and leave a review and comment on whatever platform you listen.
How do we help people vacation on a budget?
Midweek deals.
Yeah, all the same things you get on the weekend, maybe more.
Midweek deals.
Monday through Friday, not as many people around, easy drive, no airfare.
Midweek deals. No promo codes, and it's easy to book.
How'd you know?
Know what?
Midweek deals!
Oh yeah, midweek deals.
Check out PoconoMountains.com/offers.
We're back. Thanks for listening to the Pocono Mountains Podcast. I'm Jim Hamill. Now for a Pocono Mountains Podcast Extra. Recently, Great Wolf Lodge unveiled its $125 million expansion, including 30-plus Woodland Villas. The outdoor spaces are designed by HGTV star and designer Nate Berkus. Here's Brianna Strunk with that. Enjoy.
2, 1.
So let's start from the very beginning. You've been involved with this project for about 2 years now. So kind of tell me about those beginning days and how this all got started.
We want the parents to have as good of a time as the kids. So it's a little bit of a sophisticated thing that we're going for. It's a space where families can come together. And as a dad with 2 kids under 10, I was like, I know exactly what you're talking about. I go on family vacations with my kids and their friends and their cousins all the time. Where do the adults have that's a peaceful escape to enjoy like the beautiful scenery of the Pocono Mountains? And so the design was born from this natural setting and from the idea that the moments in between, not the moments on the water slide, but when, the parents bring the kids back for nap time, or you want to gather as a family and, go to one of the local restaurants and bring food back. How could we create an environment that embraces the outdoors and rises up to sort of honor those moments of making memories as a family?
And functionality was big for you too.
Huge. I mean, there has been a lot of creativity that's gone into the outdoor terraces. The dining table that seats 10 people and connects, by the way, to the villa next door. So you could do family reunions and things here. But the dining table converts to table tennis. Every villa has its own sort of net that you can easily clip onto the table, play ping pong in the afternoon. There's really comfortable seating with custom fabrics that's designed around the fire pit. Even the side tables have hand-painted game boards on them. So the kids can play checkers with rocks. And we put a little bowl of black and white rocks in every villa. There's custom ping pong paddles. It's elevated, but it's also like very much geared towards the family.
And then you also designed the outdoor cabanas too. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I love a pool cabana. I love the idea that you can like put your things in a little lockbox, that you have your own drinks in a little mini fridge, that there's a place that you can like come out of the pool and have lunch with your kids. So Great Wolf Lodge here in the Pocono Mountains, they added these incredible cabanas at the outdoor pool. And it's just, again, another option for their existing customers that they can, come. They have moments that are just a little peaceful and hopefully very well thought out and beautifully designed that just enhances their whole trip.
And you're based in New York City.
I'm based in New York City.
Have you ever visited the Poconos in the past? What do you think about the Poconos?
You know, I have actually a deep family connection to the Poconos. My grandparents met at an overnight camp in the Poconos. It was called Camp Pine Mere. I don't think it's around any longer. But my grandfather was the head of waterfront activities, and my grandmother was from Philadelphia. And when they met, they were married for 65 years, and they settled in Allentown. So I have a lot of local families, a lot of history here in this region. I never really thought I'd be back doing design, but here I am.
And of course, I have to ask, what is it like, being involved in all of these national shows and being on HGTV? What is that experience like every day?
You know, for my husband and for me, TV is not a way to, become successful or to be famous for famous sake. I think that a lot of people think that that's kind of the point, like you get a TV show and people recognize you and how cool. For us and always for me over, the last 25 years, it's been about meeting these people and making connections and hoping people live kind of their best life and live in a way that changes them fundamentally. So for me, the show on HGTV and all of the makeovers that I've done on TV have always really been about connection and about the stories of the people that live there.
With the Pocono Television Network, I'm Brianna Strunk.
Great Wolf Lodge's major expansion highlighted by Nate Berkus' designs in the Woodland Villas and the Northern Poconos Mobile Farm Market, two of the great success stories being powered by people right here in the Poconos. We hope you enjoyed Pocono Mountains podcast. Please remember to subscribe anywhere podcasts are available. Come visit us in the Pocono Mountains. Plan your trip today.